Konnichiwa, 私はジェロちゃんです。よろしくお願いします。And welcome back to the 5th episode of Evilius Chronicles. Now, okay, so we're gonna kind of be picking up from the last arc, considering that there is an Irina song that we did not react to because I was already like rambling a lot and stuff. So that's gonna be the song I heard somewhere, and then we're going to get into the Rin and Lin songs, I believe. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. And before we start, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like seeing me react to Evilius Chronicles. And yeah, there's some other like miscellaneous and new stuff that I'm going to be doing soon as well. So just stay tuned for those. And yeah, I never know how to do my intros sometimes. This was so amazing. I was so excited. This really isn't all that important, but can we talk about how Moss Survival is the 7th project? All the other projects failed for different reasons. No wonder Levia and Behemoth got tired of waiting. They were waiting for like 13 years. Also from this point on, pretty much everything is like in medieval times, since only Leviathan had the technology and now there's no one else alive. I do find it really interesting how no one else had the technology but the kingdom of Levianta, because like it's they have a lot of researchers and scientists and stuff like that in Levianta. And Tyrion also pointed out that it's kind of funny how the prophecy they created really happened. They destroyed Levianta from the sin before the twins were born. I mean, yeah, the prophecy surely did come true, even though it was supposed to be like a fake prophecy, wasn't it? But it ended up becoming true. We have our detail list from Tyrion again. Okay, yeah, the names in the series are something. I saw some of the worst names in this, but I still love it. It's so goofy sometimes. Meta knew that Pale has a mistress, and she tolerated it. But so I don't think they need to go to Project Ma if they are selected. If you do and succeed, you become queen and save the kingdom from destruction. Iluka has joined the project just so she can protect Irina. The next setting I won't spoil, but we will see a few countries in the region of Evilius. There's a lot of politics and really bad rulers and people in power. I will use in my explanation the least locations so I cannot make it confusing. Irina, probably dead, but you'll see in the next song. The Project Ma was made to make Levia and Behemoth vessels. Not that they technically have a vessel, Levia just thinks she's the real Iluka. Another amnesia in the series. The next one is the end of the first arc, and you will see why it's named Original Sin Story. Okay, so after this one with Iroha, that is the end of the Original Sin Story. So both Milky and Meta loved Pale sincerely, so they didn't just talk much to each other. Also, Milky had magical powers and could transfer magical energy through sleeping with Pale. I think Iluka was really calm, loving, and caring, but after she saw corruption inside the temple, she became a drunkard and a delinquent. Her life is better when she started living with Kiru and helping him with the music boxes. Also, even if the next batch isn't perfect, I really love the first and last songs of it. It's good to set up to the rest of the arcs. I am excited to see what's going on with this, version of Rin and Lin, and not Levia and Behemoth, but different characters, seemingly. But yeah, before we do that, I have another CD. It's not Exit Tunes. I think I actually showed this CD in, I think it was the Kakedo Project series. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't remember, but it's this Utata P one of the Happiness series. The Happiness series is one of my favorite. I'm not sure if I can call it a music series though. I mean, it does have like somewhat of a story. It does have like manga and novels. I've read some of the manga online before. Basically, Miku is Queen's Siren or Siren, however you want to say it. She has this city or this country where her goal is to make the population 100% happy. For the longest time, it lingers on like 99%, so she's trying to make sure that percentage goes up to 100. Like, if you've ever seen the Piece of Happiness community Project Diva PV, it's kind of like that, where if you're no longer happy in society, then she has you, in the manga, she has you go on to a stage and select your way of dying so that you can be rid of the population if you're not happy enough to make the percentage go up. Actually, I think we should dive into that series at some point. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. Here is the CD. This is absolutely one of my favorites. This is absolutely one of my favorite CDs ever. I'm so glad I got this. Like, the Happiness series has always been like so, I don't know, there's just something about it. I really like how twisted it is. Mousepad, that I do not use as a mousepad. I use it as a decoration because I'm not trying to like mess up my things. But yeah, it has like that foamy thing on the back. It's like a small little square mouse pad. It's not anything like too big. But anyway, and then we have our lucky pouch. It actually came in this. See how we have the wording here, and the Mayu pouch that I have shown before came in this. There, like I said in the video that I showed that there's a card in here, and I said that I might have to cut it. Oh wait, I showed this in, I think it was the first video of EvilChroni's Chronicles. So this I specifically showed. I showed the CD in Kakeno Project, but I don't have to cut this. I can just pull this, and then I can pull the card out from the side. I peeked at it and it's like black and white. So I'm just like trying to be careful here. So it's like this. It's like black and white, and then it has a bunch of like sukis on the back. So yeah, that's what's in here. I thought it was going to be like a card in color, but that's fine too. Cause I had this for years and I literally never thought you can do like that. I literally always just thought like, oh my gosh, I have to cut this. No, I don't. And then I can just easily put it back like this. So yeah. Anyway, that is the Utata P CD. Okay, seizure and epilepsy warning, guys. Contains questionable elements, may be unsuitable for younger audiences. Let's see what's going on here. Clockwork Lullaby 8. So this is the 8th wheel. Oh. The song you have heard somewhere. Do you remember it? Okay, so we have Seth. Approaching me as I was dying was a male scientist who asked me that. Okay, so this is Iroha. And so Seth approached her. He tossed in front of me the remains of a red cat. Looking closer, it was a plushie made of cloth and iron. After this, you'll be reborn. Today's your rebirth day. With arms covered in burns, he touched what used to be me. So he found her before she died and basically like fixed her up, or like light shines into the dark sky. Looking at it, I remember. The song reminds me of another older song. Yes, this is formerly such a song. Kona. Oh, Full Moon Laboratory. Oh, never mind. That's why I was familiar. It reminds me of Full Moon Laboratory. That's a great callback, honestly. On the night of the full moon, the experiment begins. If the era changes, then the song will change again, too. Okay, so that's why it's familiar. Because I was like, this reminds me of something. And yeah, it is. It's Laboratory of the Full Moon. There we go. Oh, we have all these other tests. that this looks disturbing. Okay, so we have Lily, we have Milky, Iluka. Iroha is obviously not blinked out because she's not dead. Oh, and how all these numbers look like that? Is this like probably like a different other calculations for the test and stuff? My heart hasn't changed. My body became a red cat. A red cat. I won't be dying anymore, but I won't be returning Oh. Supposing I joined together too so that they become one, they couldn't become double. What should I live for from now on? Before disappearing, he said, I won't return here again. Continue with your experiments. Seven lights gather about in the southern sky. Looking at them, I remember. Seven lights remind me of like seven deadly sins. Yes, I live for retribution against the woman who stole everything. But that's not her anymore. On the night of the new moon, my revenge begins. If my body changes, my goal will change too. Okay, Kyotera, you ruined the Lulilas. You ruined the Lulilas, Seth. Just like that person made me. This time, I'll turn people evil. The song I have heard somewhere. Oh, hold on, wait. Let me see these illustrations. Okay. Here's a red cat. I think that was Rin Lin. Oh, Haku's right here. I'm not sure who this is. Oh, this is the servant of Evil Lin, I believe. I feel like this version is better than the actual Full Moon Lavatory version. I like Iroha's voice matching this better. Eventually, it'll become a different song again, won't it? The Clockwork Lullaby. Oh, hold on. Iroha swore revenge. She would bestow despair upon the woman who made her take on such a form. She would not allow her happiness. She would snatch away everything that she sought, even if it took her several hundred years. But it wasn't her fault. Like, you're the one who decided to kill her and wanted to be queen. If she was dead, how is it her fault that you ended up like that? Because she would have tried to protect you if she would have been the queen instead. I mean, I don't know if the place would have still like blown up or anything or caught on fire or whatever the heck happened. But it's not her fault. It's not Luca's fault. At least I don't think so. Like. Oh, Haku! And, what's her name? Oh, what's her name? Not Iluka, but, Olivia, the one who's in Luca's body. Irina has such a problematic face. She gasped like gate-kept girl bossed her way into my heart. Okay, so let's look at the slide. Okay, and I also noticed that the ones in the red are people who are dead. So that's a good addition. The song I heard somewhere. When the Magic Kingdom Levianta was destroyed, Irina was caught in the blast, though severely burned, suffering internal bleeding and losing all her limbs. All her limbs in the destruction. No wonder she had to be turned into a cat. She managed to survive. Irina was approached by the severely burnt Seth with the red stuffed cat. Brought into Seth's underground laboratory, Lunaka Labora, Irina had her spirit data transferred into the stuffed red cat. After Seth dies from his injuries and his lab is abandoned with Seth dies from his injuries and his lab is abandoned with the weapon of great destruction still inside. Seth dies? Well, Irina lost everything is trying to find a new purpose in her life. Later she realized that Iluka was the cause of the destruction of her homeland, her brother, herself, and her unborn children. Irina thus set herself on a new goal and to turn people into artificial hers, just like how Seth made her, and take revenge on Iluka. Okay, wait. What I want to know is how is she gonna do that as a stuffed cat? Or can this stuffed red cat move? Like, I know there's magic, like, in the universe, so I mean, maybe she can still move as a stuffed cat, but, okay, and my second question is, how did she realize that Iluka was the cause of destruction of her homeland? Like, what, like, how did... I think that's one thing that I'm not, like, getting, is how she realized that Iluka was the cause of destruction of her... Maybe there's just something that I'm not clicking. I'm missing. It might click later. I'm not sure. But if I could have extra context on that, I think I would be good. Okay. So next one, Tale of the Abandoned Moonlit Night. So we're on to a new arc here, I believe. Insane Moonlight. Mother. What kind of fortune does this path lead to? Oh, okay. We're on to I don't know these kids' names. We're on to this version of Renelin, and we're on to Eve and Adam in the Hell's Forest. They grew up a little bit. They're like kids now. Over there. We'll be able to eat lots of our favorite snacks. Or are their names Hansel and Gretel or something? Father, is God waiting for us beyond this point? Maybe, I don't know. Why do you look at us with such sad faces? Are you gonna sacrifice us? Like what? Are you taking us to sacrifice us? Back in the forest? Wait, there was a commenter that mentioned like there are spirits like in the forest from like the spirit data that escaped like the Climb 1, and that they became like part of the Hell's Forest as well. I wonder if that plays into anything. We understood the whole truth. Oh my gosh, these noises. That if we continue going this way in the dark forest, we'll soon be unable to return. The two of us are left all alone. What happened all of a sudden that... Yeah, their name is Hansel and Gretel. What happened all of a sudden that they wanted to just leave you out in the forest with this only the small light of the moon? We don't know the way home. What happened all of a sudden to want to leave the kids here when they're more grown? Or maybe they realized something. We walk a wandering walk. A small glass bottle is lit up by the moon. So they're following this light in this bottle. not knowing if this is the correct path. Finally we found it, and we understand. This is the witch's house. Oh. So who's the witch? Come, let's attack the evil witch. Cast her in the burning stove. Once she's finally gone, surely we can become happy. Hey mother, praise me. I defeated the evil witch. Oh, so what? I defeated the witch's henchman. Well, who did they kill? Who were I'm not sure if this is just a choice, but it looks like the head is was crushed against the wall or something. But it's dark on purpose, so you can't really tell. And they shoved a whole person in Interesting kids, interesting children. It feels as if we used to live here long ago, doesn't it? Come, let's go meet our real mother and father. Oh, so they kind of have this connection with Levia and Behemo, maybe, because they're hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm thinking that maybe they realize that they have this connection with Levia and Behemo or something, and it seemed like they were abandoned. Maybe Eve and Adam noticed something off about them, and tried to get rid of them before something happened. But I don't know. I'm gonna read it. Tale of Abandonment of Moonlit Night. Following the Leviathan catastrophe of EC 1013, the effects of the disaster spread to Elfigort, country where Hell's Forest is located, causing a famine. Oh. Adam and Eve reluctantly agreed to abandon their foster children in the forest to starve to death so that they could survive the famine. Okay, so there wasn't anything that you could hunt for in the forest, or anything, no berries, no leaves to make no leaf stew, no animals. That's a choice. I understand, but at the same time it's kind of Eve, you wanted the children so bad, and then the gloomy expression. Eve and Adam led their foster children deep into the forest before abandoning them and returning home. Betrayed twins began delusion that their parents were a witch and her henchman that had tricked them. Oh, so that's what that was. Interesting. So, okay. Oh, alright. Cause I was gonna ask, okay, so since they abandoned the kids, what are they thinking, after that? But I guess, okay, so the twins felt betrayed, right? They found the glass bottle, the one that, they said that lit up and led them back to home. I just thought it led them somewhere else, but apparently it led them back home. The witch and the henchman that they talked about were actually Eve and Adam. They killed Eve and Adam. Devastated, Eve mourned their loss while Adam comforted her. Eve's regret led her to go out in search of the twins. Oh, so maybe it was just something that they imagined then, because it said the betrayed twins began their delusion that their parents were a witch and her henchman. So they didn't do anything to them, but they imagined that that's how they were. Okay, so devastated, Eve mourned their loss while Adam comforted her. Eve's regret led her to go out in search of the twins. However, to her surprise, they had found their way back home on their own. Cheerfully apologizing to them for leaving them in the forest, she brought them inside and sat them down while she prepared dinner. The twins believed that the witch intended to cook them and eat them. When the witch peered into the oven, Gretel pushed her into... Oh, never mind. Never mind. Okay, so never mind. I was right. Okay. Because I was about to say, okay, it says delusion, but maybe... Okay. So they did kill them. When the witch peered into the oven, Gretel pushed her into it, burning her alive. As the witch pounded on the oven door, Gretel tearfully apologized, though not knowing why. Hansel then killed the henchman, and the twins resolved to go find their real mother and father. Oh. Okay, so the glass bottle, which is Levia and Behemoth's like remnants of their spirits or something, made them have those thoughts and those delusions, and made the twins think that, you know, they were someone else, a witch and a henchman. And yeah, so in reality they actually really just wanted to go back to their parents, which was Eve and Adam, but since they, you know, were like not in their right minds, they ended up killing them. And then Gretel, which is Rin, she felt bad about it, but she didn't know why, because she was still like under the influence of that delusion spell or whatever, so they didn't actually know that it was them. Wow. So yeah, what I'm getting from this is that everybody dies at some point. So Eve and Adam are now checked off the checklist. They are gone. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting, because at first I was like, oh, maybe they were just thinking and they didn't actually kill them. No, they're dead. Okay, so this is now Lulila, Lulila, their Resounding song. Not sure if this is actual PV. Oh, I think it is. Never mind. The nice forest sounds, ASMR. Nice and calm. The sorrowful song that colors time. Shining at the sky, the moon looks so beautiful. Oh, Gakupo. Interesting. From a sword blooms into a beautiful flower. From a seed blooms a beautiful glass. This reminds me of something. This part reminds me of one of Maretsu's songs. Is it Aishite Nanoni? It kind of reminds me of Aishite Nanoni a little bit. Just a little. I think it's Aishite Nanoni. I don't know. In the night of the full moon, it continued to be refined. So the stone became 4 mirrors. Oh, we got daughter of evil, servant of evil. They sparkle besides a small bottle. The blades, now a pair, are dipped in the spring. Oh, wait a minute. One of those very first videos when they were showing like these like artifact things. There were diamonds. There was this vase. I'm not sure if there was a mirror. There probably was. Okay, Taylor of yeah, the Luca one, the main songs, the very main songs. The blood of those who aim for it. The doll moves by the visible wind. I forgot what this one is called. The spoon digs into visible soil. This Judas, the song. I don't remember the full song title name. All of them were together at the time. In the end, they all return to the forest. With overflowing wrath. Gumi. Okay. So it's like giving us a glimpse of like the main representation of like sin. So like the very main songs that everybody knows from Evil's Chronicles, like Daughter of Evil, Servant of Evil, Duke of Vilmania, the Kaito the Judas one. I forgot what Miku's is. I forgot that one. The Taylor one, and then Gluttony something Neckles. I don't know. Okay, the Sometimes Lulila Parade. I think that one's supposed to be next. I don't think that's the order I'm supposed to be going in though, because the slide for Duke of Vinomania is way down here. The slides are way down there, so I'm gonna skip Duke of Vinomania. I'm gonna do the parade version of this one and Chrono Story. Okay, so this is the parade version. So it's basically a newer version, I believe. The way they have blood on their hands and faces after killing their parents, and they just run off into the moonlight. Okay, so this is like the upgraded PV, so it's like, you know, more detailed, if you say. So flower blooms a beautiful flower. Sword blooms a beautiful flower. So Gakuo Neko. I get why it's called parade. It does sound like a parade. Are you sure that's pomegranate juice? That looks like blood. The god's footsteps, the demon's beat. On the night of the full moon, it continued to be refined. I love when Rin and Lin's voices harmonize. They have what a beautiful harmonization. Along with a small bottle that brightly sparkles. The song that resounds with Lulila Lulila. The black miniature garden where the soul dwells. The blades that become a pair are dipped in the spring. The color of the spring goes the color of blood. The color of the blood of they who aimed for it. The doll that moves by the invisible wind. The spoon ladles the invisible soil. When all were assembled. Oh, golden bullets. In the end, they returned. They returned to the forest, along with an overflowing anger. Okay, that was a nice version. I liked the music on this one. Okay, so now our last one is indeed Chrono Story. Is that the song of birds I can hear? Oh, them harmonizing again. Is that the light of the moon that's shining? No, that's the burning fire. The person we used to call Mother turns to ashes inside the stove. Ah, they done burnt up Eve. We divided into 7. The original sin we divided into 7 with our hands. Lust is the flower, gluttony is the seed, pride is the stone, envy is the spring, sloth is the wind, greed is the dirt, and wrath is the forest. Fly away, seven sins. Oh, y'all done opened the Pandora's box. Y'all done chaos. The impurity born from our false mother. Let the world turn and turn. This evil grave sin. Y'all literally unleashed chaos into the world. Well, there was already chaos in the world, never mind. But y'all unleashed more of it. This sounds like an anime opening. I really like this art style for it's kind of really like historic, like it's very like historian type of, I don't know what I'm saying. It's very like, you know what I mean, I hope. By the hands of the forbidden foot. This is definitely anime opening. This is like the opening for the whole story. Quite interesting. Oh, Luca. The tree of Held, who protects the forest, requests his friends to collect them all. Okay, so this is where the tree is like comes into the like the spirit data that went into like the tree and the forest in Hell's forest. If it turns into a way to kill time, that's no problem. 'Cause my time is infinite anyhow. The sorceress sneers. Okay. Hansel and Gretel had murdered their adoptive parents, Adam and Eve. Eve became the personification of the seven deadly sins. The original sinner and the twins disappeared. The original sinner and the twins disappeared. The eternity she was granted at the end of having lost the one she loved. Oh yeah, because Levia has her memories and her, you know, her whole personality. To her was nothing but emptiness. The sorceress who obtained everything and then lost it. What does she wish for? What does she seek? To the end of time. Born and raised from a lone woman. The story of such a sin cut into 7. Oh my gosh, this is definitely like epilepsy warning, please. The capricious whim of a witch who transcends time. This Chrono Story that begins from the forest. Requested to do so by the forest guardian spirit Held, the sorceress Iluka set out on a journey to help collect them all, so it says. Oh, and there's, Irina, cat. It's a little complicated with all the characters, I think. Why did that sound a little fourth wall breaking? I'm not sure if that was actually like a comment from who made this or... Okay, all their silhouettes. Oh, thunder! Thunder! Alright, so now it's time to read our slides so that I can understand. Okay, so they said that Eve turned into the personification of the 7 deadly sins. So is she now like is her like spirit kind of like ethereal, or is her spirit kind of like the just all of them combined? After Eve burned to ashes in the oven, her body became the embodiment of her original sin. Splitting it into 7 fragments, the twins reformed a rebirth day, creating demons of sin. Each of the demons were put inside a household object, creating the vessels of sin. Afterward, they scattered the vessels across the world. There are now 7 deadly sin, each having demon of sin that lives in the vessel of sin. Lust is the katana. Gluttony is the red wine glass. Pride is 4 mirrors. Envy is twin blades. Sloth is clockworker's doll. Greed, blue spoon. Key, wrath, rim of the end. Okay, it says pride is 4 mirrors. The reason why I think it's kind of like 4 mirrors is because like you have like Hansel and Gretel, and then you had Levia and Behemoth, which is kind of like, it's kind of like them reborn but also not. Like it's they are connected to them somehow, and that's why I think it's 4 mirrors instead of like 2. Because that's what makes sense to me. I don't know. All the vessels are not original ones. As the vessels can change form or be switched, the demons of each vessel can too change. Pride, originally 1 mirror. Envy, originally twin blades made into scissors. Sloth, who knows. From now on, Levia and Behemoth is Iluka's body. Will be referred to as just Iluka Clockworker, as Levia believes that's who she is. After the catastrophe, Iluka took the surname Clockworker in memory of her engagement to Kido. Remembering him to be her old friend, Iluka visited the god Held and told him about everything. So okay, so that's what that was. Held is the earth god. He's a living tree and is located in Held's forest. So the original Iluka as the priestess knew him. His true identity is one of the scientists from the second period, and after becoming spirit data, he was reincarnated into a god. In this forest, there are living spirits that are other former scientists now living in the form of animals. What is Rebirthday? Rebirthday was a magical event that could be initiated by a set of irregular twins and a black box. A powerful spell that can reformat this world and its rules by manipulating spirit data. Irregulars were a type of human existing in the third period. Existing outside the established rules of the third period, irregulars were beings brought into existence through illogical or even miraculous ways, such as through virgin conception. Hansel and Gretel were irregulars. Held, the earth god. Held related events that had occurred in his forest regarding Adam, Eve, and creation of original sin. Held tasked Iluka with collecting the vessels of sin before they caused calamities for humans. Feeling bored and partially guilty for the situation, Iluka agreed. This is the beginning of the story of the 7 deadly sins and 2 mages that clashed together for hundreds of years. Interesting. Okay, I find it interesting that Levia has basically like lost her old self because she now has all of Iluka's like memories. She basically like just everything about Iluka has now become Levia, and then Levia is like basically like no more because of that. Behemoth though, I think Behemoth is like still like dormant in the body as well, but it's mostly like Levia as Iluka, like, you know, in the front seat. And I'm also very still curious about this vessels of sin things, like, because whoever is like the personification of like the vessels, do they have to carry their items around with them, or do they just need to have them nearby? Or like, I wonder what's the deal with this. Each demon were put inside of a household object, creating vessels of sin. So interesting. So, for example, the Duke of Wilhelmina, does he have to carry, like, his sword around? Is that how that works? Do they have to, like, carry their item around or have it near them? Or something? Or is it kind of like or is it kind of like once somebody gets the item, the demon or the spirit that's in the vessels, like, goes into that person or something? So I wonder if that's kind of like how that works. Because I'm trying to like pick up the information and stuff like that. Like, I wonder if it works kind of like how Seth put Irina's soul or spirit into the plush cat, but it seems like she can also move around as the plush cat as well. So yeah, I do have a lot of questions. Like, how does the vessel thing work? Like a more elaborate thing, a more elaborate description of how the vessel things work with the items. Any small little details that anybody wants to share will be cool. As for my favorite of this set, it's probably either Abandonment on a Moonlit Night or Luli La Parade. I think those two are like my favorites from this set. So comment down below and let me know what your favorite from this set was, and if you have any extra information, please don't feel free to let me know. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you want me to continue reacting to Evilia's Chronicles. And if you have anything else or any other music partners to suggest down below, please do that as well. I love to see suggestions to see what I can do next and plan for it. And yeah, this has been JeidoChannel.i and arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you for watching.